Hi, Dr. Ben Smetna here from Oak Springs Chiropractic. Now, you just finished your first visit at the office here, and on our next visit, we're going to go over the exact plan on how we can get you well in the least amount of time using chiropractic care. Now, it's vitally important before that visit that you understand exactly how chiropractic works. So, we're going to cover that right now. So, to understand how chiropractic works, we have to go back to the beginning. In the beginning, there was a male cell and a female cell. And these two cells join, and a biochemical explosion of awesomeness occurs. Now, as soon as these cells join, they begin to divide, and one becomes two, and two becomes four, and four becomes eight, and eight becomes 16, and 16 to 32, and on and on and on. And as they continue to develop, they're going to form what looks like a raspberry. In fact, the embryologists call it the mulberry mass. Now, as time goes on, continues on, and these cells are nourished by the mother's blood through the umbilical cord, the scientists see that nerve fibers begin to develop, and the nerves from the left make their way down and they cross over to the right. And the ones on the right, they cross over to the left. And this continues on, and it forms what is known as the primitive notochord, which is going to become the spinal cord. So we're seeing the development of the brain in the spinal cord. Now, as time goes on and development continues, little buds begin to form. And at the end of the buds, organs begin to develop. We start to see the development of things like the heart, of the lungs, of the intestines and the stomach. And pretty soon we see muscles and bones start to form. And in fact, next, what happens is because of the importance of these vital organs, the heart, the lungs, the stomach, so on and so forth, we begin to see a cage form around them. We get the rib cage to protect those organs. Now, the wisdom of the body also does something else amazing. It knows that the brain and the spinal cord are so vital and important to life that they don't get a cage, they get encased in bone. The brain gets the skull, and the spinal cord gets the vertebra. So the brain and the spinal cord are completely encased in bone. Now, herein lies the problem. Through everyday living, bending, lifting, twisting, not to mention any car wrecks, sports injuries, slips or falls, the vertebrae of the spine begin to shift, buckle, twist, and that begins to cut down on the nerve flow from the brain into the body. So we have to ask ourselves, for how long do we want to have 100% nerve communication from the brain to the lungs, to the kidneys, to the heart? Well, 100% of the time. So in chiropractic, we are going to find where these nerve irritations are, and that's what we did on your last exam. Now, in chiropractic, we call this nerve irritation a subluxation. So what exactly is a subluxation? Well, let's just look at it. Subluxation. Sub, below, less than. Lux, light, energy. And ation is a state of or a process. So a subluxation is a state of less light, life, or energy flowing through the human body. Now, we located your subluxations on your exam. And we're going to use chiropractic to restore that nerve flow. So what exactly is chiropractic? Well, let's look at that. Chiro means hand. Chiro, hand. Practic is where we get the word practical. Chiropractic is simply the practical use of the hands to make the adjustment, which is what restores the nerve flow. So we've located the vertebra, and now we need to adjust them with the practical use of the hands. So an adjustment, what is that? Well, adjust. To change or modify, improve. Meant. mental, to change or modify or improve the mental impulses. So we're going to go over exactly how to do that and be asking yourself, how long do we want to have 100% communication from the brain to the organs of the body? Well, it's 100% of the time for 100% of our life. And that's why you 100% need to have chiropractic adjustments. We look forward to seeing you on your next visit.